Spilling the tea on your Pinterest summer rebrand. We're becoming hotter, healthier, and happier this summer. It's summer, which means it's the best season to glow up and become the main character of your life. I've got 7 rules for becoming hotter, healthier, and happier this summer. Without further ado, grab your laptop. Let's start making a Pinterest board. Unapologetic it girl mindset. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I feel like I needed to film this glow up vlog. I feel like I've been a lot less inspired and have had a lot of self-doubt, which is not typically like me, as you guys know. I think there's so many growing pains from being in your early to mid 20s. I know I really needed to step up my game. So we are building our mindset back up. We are making a Pinterest board for the summer. And if you're lost on what to put on that Pinterest board, do not worry, I've got you. Now, if you want to embody that unapologetic it girl mindset, you need to load up your board with affirmations. I know I'm gonna be doing this. I want to make sure that I'm seeing these affirmations every day. So I'm gonna make it a daily habit to look at this Pinterest board every single day. So save all the affirmations, save all the words you need to hear. The next thing you're gonna be pinning to your board is anything that reminds you of your goals. Whether it's personal goals, professional goals, fitness goals, all the goals you have this summer, I want you to have at least one image that really reminds you of what you are working towards with the goals you're setting this summer. You can save pins that remind you of the habits you wanna have and the routines you wanna build. Save pins for how you wanna look. Think about hairstyle inspo, nail ideas you like, outfits you are loving. I'm gonna be saving so many fashion pins because I feel like that's something I really want to work on this summer. You can save workouts, you can save workout inspo. I always like to save workout set and workout equipment like an aesthetic gym or working out outside, different kinds of movement. I always find myself saving a lot of aesthetic food pins, not necessarily recipes, but just pictures of food that will inspire me to make something similar later. This can be great for recipe inspo, especially when you're building a healthy lifestyle this summer. You can save things you want to buy, products you want to own, updates or renovations you want to make to your house or your room. You guys know I'm living at home in my 20s, so I renovated my bedroom and that was a game changer for me. I think that is such a great way to spend your summer. Even just small upgrades to different places in your house or bedroom. We've been making Pinterest boards together for so long, so I feel like you guys know exactly how to do this. But as I always tell you, less is more. Just keep your board super clear. I think the most important thing to remember with the Pinterest board you're building is that you want it to represent what kind of summer you want to have and what are the goals you're working towards, because the more you can see them, the more you will believe that you can achieve them. This summer, we are becoming our most beautiful self. We are prioritizing our physical beauty, whether that's through appointments or just self-care things we like. This is your sign to embrace being beautiful in whichever ways suit you. One thing I like to do for myself is get my nails done. I love a little mani-pedi. I love investing in my self-care, and this is an appointment that I will never skip because I know how good it makes me feel. When you feel confident, you look even more beautiful. So this is your sign to get really serious about your glow up routine and make beauty a priority. If you feel good, you'll look even better. In my opinion, a huge part of a glow up is having signature style. I don't care what anyone says. Fashion is important and plays a huge role in how you feel about your appearance. So one thing I am going to be determined to do this summer is upgrade my closet from being a student to finally being in my mid-20s, being the main character of my life, and just having clothes that I absolutely love. Over the summer, I'll definitely be decluttering my closet. But for now, I want to show you guys some new pieces that I picked up from thrifting in Victoria, but also in PR that are going to be a part of my new main character Pinterest girl closet.
And to think that for you I would have put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought. That's what they taught. Yeah, I'ma take my chance to lie.
We all know it wouldn't be a glow up vlog if we didn't talk about working out. While working out makes you feel amazing, I have to keep it real. I know that if I work out, I look better, and that always will make me feel better. As you guys know, I got back into fitness last year when I graduated from UBC. It's been super nice to have fun with it again and start enjoying it. I think something that used to hold me back was that I used to be a lot more fit when I was 19 and 20. And now that I'm out of school, I feel like I have the time to fully commit to fitness and really just have fun with it and get in my best shape. And I feel like if I'm not putting too much much pressure on myself, that's what makes it fun. We are on the treadmill today. It is a cardio day. Recently, I've been doing workout splits that mostly consist of strength training and Pilates, and then a little bit of cardio every single day. But I try to do one longer cardio day once a week. I feel like cardio is something you have to work on, and I feel like that is one of the areas I've been wanting to improve with my fitness. Recently, I've been doing about 30 minutes of workouts with a little bit of a stretch after and about a 15-minute walk. That's kind of what I like to do. I've kind of felt like less is more right now, so I can have a more high intense workout for a shorter duration of time. Today, we're just gonna see how long I can run for. I think I probably can run about 5 kilometers, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I can run like 3.5, but I just kind of want to test myself. I'm really starting to enjoy running, but I do find it really challenging. I don't know if it's because I have asthma, especially when I take it outdoors. Like, I cannot run well outdoors. I can run pretty okay on the treadmill, but for some reason I find it a lot harder to run like for real outside. So we're just gonna have fun with it today. Probably just gonna do about a half an hour workout, see how long I can run. I'll probably mix some walking in there too when I need it. But I think it's really important to challenge yourself and show yourself that you can do hard things. And because I know how good running is for my mental health, I do want to try to get better at it. That's gonna be our workout for today. Let's get into it.
You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about growing older. Done my thinking, me and you. Yeah, guess it's over. It was a rainbow, but was sinking. Lost my hue. I might come running back when our hearts get back on track. When the stars line up, that's that. I've been attached, just looking out. We move so fast, was moving south. Through my secret sauce, move in and out. Miss how you gloss that pretty mouth.
It's lunchtime. But seriously, I feel like a huge part of glowing up is learning how to eat healthy for you. Because I studied nutrition and health, I feel like something that I walked away with is that everybody has their own definition of health. And there's so many different ways to eat healthy. For me, I think the main thing is just eating a balanced diet that includes all the foods I love, but still prioritizes things like protein, fiber, eating as many fruits and vegetables as possible, but still being able to enjoy all those foods I love, like ice cream, mac and cheese, like all those comfort foods. So for lunch, we're gonna have some leftovers. We have a leftover mini burger, which we had last night, which was so good. I made this homemade bacon jam with it. So delicious. But we're also gonna have a little bit of a salad with it, and we're gonna pick fresh spinach from the garden. I am so excited about this. This has been such a highlight of summer so far. Like, having fresh fruit and veggies from the garden is like literally unbeatable, and it tastes way better than store-bought. So let's give you guys a little tour of the garden because you're gonna be seeing a lot of it this summer. Let's do a garden tour. Over here, we've got a little bit of the lettuce. Over here, we have some celery. Along the perimeter here, we have green onions. If you walk over here, these big green leafy plants, these are cauliflower. I'm super excited to try these. Then if you move over here, these big weed-like things, this is actually white onion. The green onion is like a little bit smaller and the white onion's a little bit more spread out. Alongside here, we have the cilantro. In this little pot, we have strawberries. I'm really hoping the birds don't get this because I really want to make strawberry margaritas. Moving on to this side of the garden, all these big green leafy plants, that's spinach. I think it's actually baby spinach. Then we have more of those spread out white onions, some more green onions over here. In the middle here, that's a broccoli plant. This plant here with this long contraption is cucumber. Here we have 2 different kinds of peppers. In the front, we have jalapenos. Up here, we have like this spicy Thai kind of pepper. These 2 plants are tomatoes. One I think is like big slicer tomatoes and the other is supposed to be cherry. I actually can't remember. I feel like we bought a couple tomato plants. One of my favorites, we have our basil plant. I've been growing basil for, I think this is the 3rd year now. Although last year's batch didn't turn out that great, but super nice to have it anyways. Then we have our second cucumber plant, and over here we have our blueberry plant. We've had this since 2020, although I will say it hasn't really grown that well because the soil's not that great here. But that's our garden, and we're going to be eating fresh veggies and fruit all summer long. I literally can't wait.
You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you.
Gloss that, love it when you toss it back, love it when you talk back. Girl, you get me off track, so off-white tracksuit, just so I can floss, yeah. with my new biddy. She ain't let my soft yet. Could've been you, still feeling on my ditty, but you lost that. You had real privileges for this. All snap, now you getting time out, cause you hit it where my heart's at. Got me going deeper than Amari when that ball snap. Heard you sold your soul on Macari, got you call lacking. Now I'm next door at the...
Excuse the bad lighting, but I'm just getting ready for bed. I feel like something I've really realized in 2025 is how important it is to get a good night's sleep. I feel like it completely affects my mood the next day. And if we're gonna be happier this summer, we need to start focusing on our sleep. For me, I focus less on the elements of like the night routine and more on the elements of the wind down, like sleep routine. So I do a couple steps, nothing too crazy, just to like get me ready for bed. First things first, I always put out my workout clothes the night before. So I'll just drop those, get ready for bed. And I've actually already washed my face, but I tend to finish my skincare in bed just because all my skincare except for my cleanser is in my room. So I have this adorable little kit from Say. I just put all my nighttime skincare essentials in here. We're also gonna journal in bed, watch a little bit of Sex and the City. I feel like I just need a lot of wind down time to just relax me, get me ready for bed, to get me even more ready for the next day. Bear with me, I know the lighting's bad, but I really just don't want to put a light on when I'm trying to get ready for bed. But while I have you, I thought I would give a few life updates. I feel like this vlog is a little bit different than some of the other videos I've been putting out. I feel like I'm trying to put out more vlog style content. I feel like I've just been in a place with social media where I feel like I really just need to be myself and be authentic. Part of why I took a break from YouTube because I personally felt like I had to show up on camera and be really perfect. And I think something I've been struggling with a lot this year is just not being happy with where I'm at in my life. And it's really weird because like I love my job, I love what I'm doing, but I just feel like I've really wanted things to come together faster. I feel like something that people don't talk about enough is that when you finish university, you essentially spend 4 to 5, maybe even 6 years in the same place for so long, and you don't really go through that many life changes. Like even if you move out or you go on exchange, I feel like for the most part you are in the same place at the same time for a long period of time. And I feel like that's something that I'm really struggling with because you do all this work to get your degree, like you get recognition for completing it, and it's a great credential to have on your resume, and of course it shows a lot of hard work. But for someone like me who's being self-employed, like it hasn't really helped my career all that much. In fact, maybe has just made me feel like I've been in the same place for so long because I haven't been able to take it as seriously. Especially too because my whole life I feel like I've always been ahead of the curve. Like I feel like Taylor Swift has that lyric, I was ahead of the curve and then the curve became a sphere. I feel like that is really how I've been feeling in post-grad. I really want to start up my post-grad diaries again. I feel like that would really be great because I haven't really wanted to talk so much about post-grad and like what I'm doing right now in this era of my life, because I think the truth is I just haven't been allowing myself to just enjoy this era. I know I'm being really hard on myself and it sounds like I have super high expectations of myself, but it's because I want a lot for myself. As I was saying, I know I'm only 24, but part of me feels like I'm 18 still. Now that I am 24, I feel like I should be in a further along place in my career, and just there's so many more things I want to do with social media and just my career in general. And it's really hard knowing that you're still at the beginning because so many of those other projects I'm thinking of for the future will take time. And I'm not trying to give myself a time limit. Like I've just kind of accepted that I will accomplish everything I want to accomplish whenever that happens. I want it to happen sooner rather than later. But these are just some thoughts and feelings I've been having recently, and I wanted to share in case anyone was feeling the same way. I heard this thing on Mel Robbins' podcast. She said one of the most difficult feelings was not being able to accept your reality and not letting yourself be where you are, essentially. And I feel like that's something I've really realized is I haven't allowed myself to really be present in this moment because I am thinking about the future so much and I'm trying to build and work towards my future, especially now that I'm not in school, because that's pretty much all I'm working towards. So that's been something that's been very difficult, but I've realized that I just have to live my life for what it is right now. I can't live everything for the future. Every version of you deserves to be happy. Even if you're not where you want to be yet, you will always, to some extent, want to be further along if you are an ambitious, goal-oriented person. So just try to keep that in mind. That's something I'm trying to keep in mind and work through. And that's why these vlogs that I'm starting to put out now are going to be a little bit more real and not as curated and perfect and edited. Like, I love doing a fun, aesthetic Pinterest girl edit, but I just also want to be me, and I don't want to be overthinking everything I say on camera, because that really takes the fun out of creating and documenting your life. Anyways, lots of thoughts from me. We're gonna journal for the night. I'm gonna put Sex and the City on, and we are gonna go to bed. And then tomorrow we will talk about all the other ways we're gonna become happier this summer as part of our glow up. So I will see you guys in the morning after we journal, put on a comfort show, and just try to get a good night's sleep.
Party while you jaw jacking, you know it's a shot. In the rarest and the raw fashion, I'm still trying to figure how this all happened, huh?
You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you. You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you.
You know this ain't time for.
I really feel like you can't glow up if you don't focus on your happiness. I feel like I've talked about this a little bit throughout the video, but I feel like I've been struggling with being happy with the era I'm in. I feel like post-grad can be so complicated and so confusing because like you're navigating so many things in your life and life's uncertain and you just don't know how things are going to unfold. You don't have a plan. Even when you think you have things together, life unfolds the way it does and you kind of just have to adapt to the changing circumstances. I think part of why I haven't been happy in this era is because I haven't been allowing myself to be happy. I've been trying to push forward and really push myself into the next era of my life. I feel like I'm always chasing down my goals and my ambition. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's good that drives me, but I also need to enjoy the moment and be here right now because I always look back retrospectively and wish I would have enjoyed the moment more. So I think the key to happiness right now, especially when you're uncertain, is just to be present. And I feel like that is something I really need to do. So we're gonna do one of my absolute favorite techniques for grounding myself and just being able to really evaluate how I'm feeling, reflecting, etc. We're going to be journaling, and it's not going to be like I normally journal. Usually I give you guys prompts and we sit and we journal together, but today I'm actually going to be doing a specific activity. Since I haven't been feeling super happy in 2025 and I've been kind of struggling throughout the year, I am going to make a highlight log for all of 2025. I'm going to write down all the months of the year, and for every month I'm going to write down as many highlights as I can remember. I'm going to also have my iPhone with me because I feel like that's going to be really helpful. I can look through my camera roll and see all the amazing things that did happen, all the little things, whether it was going out with a friend or going to an influencer event or receiving PR or having sushi on a day I didn't think I was going to have sushi. If you guys been following for a while, you know I write down the best moment of every day. So I'm also going to be flipping through my bullet journal. That's where I'm going to be doing this journal exercise to look at what some of these moments are that I wrote down. I just want to make sure that I am aware of all the good that's in my life. I have so much to be grateful for, but I think when you're feeling discouraged, it's really easy to be negative, down, and to just spiral and get constantly more discouraged. So I really feel like I just need to remind myself of all the good that I have in my life, because I know I have a lot to be grateful for, but when you already feel kind of emotional, it's really hard to see things from a positive perspective. This is your sign to grab your journal and to finally let yourself be happy. So let's get started.
The two of us, ooh, I ain't got space thinking about you.
Watched any of my other reset vlogs, you know that I kind of like to think of a reset as a take what you need kind of vibe. While I often do the same habits that make me feel my best on a monthly, weekly, or seasonal basis, I really like to live intuitively and adjust my habits to reflect what I currently need going into the next season. So if you're new here, my name is Keyena and we're going to have the best summer yet. So let's get into the reset. It's not a reset without journaling, so this is your sign to grab your journal, because in every reset I tend to make journal prompts for for us to reflect on the last season and reset for the one upcoming. I feel like this is the best way to start mentally preparing yourself for a new era, but I also think it's super important to reflect on what just happened so you can kind of know what you did well, what you need to improve on, and where you're going from here. Today's journal prompts were spring reflection. This is just reflecting on everything that happened in the spring. Think of it as kind of like a brain dump. A new prompt I wanted to try out this season was things I'm grateful for. So I just reflected on all the good that happened in the spring that I had gratitude for. Another prompt that was super pivotal in helping me reflect on the spring was, what did I learn this season? I think the most important thing I learned in the spring was how important it is to be present. I feel like because I'm in post-grad, I've been going through a lot of a transition phase. And I feel like something I've talked about a little bit on TikTok is when you graduate, you expect to immediately upgrade your life, but you kind of finish school where you started. So you don't actually level up that much in life other than having that degree. And so I've had a really hard time with trying to accept where I am and not feel guilty about decisions I made in the past, because I feel like, because if you're being honest with yourself, you know that you made the best decisions at the time with the information you had. You can't go back. You need to accept your reality and you need to find a way to move forward based on what you now know. Some classic prompts I love and I use at every reset is, what do I need more of and what do I need less of? This just kind of helps you curate the vibe for the upcoming season. I know I need more reading, intentional time away from social media, and more time with my friends. And I think some things I need less of is drinking multiple drinks in one night or trying to be a perfectionist. And my last prompt, which is always my favorite, and we will dive into more later in the video, is what are your summer goals? I could say so much about this, but I am going to save it for later in the video when I share with you how I'm setting goals for the summer and what they actually are. So don't shut off this video. You're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Now that we've gotten super clear on our intentions for the summer, let's get ready for the day. I feel so lame still being in my pajamas. My bed is unmade. My room for once is actually clean and set up for everything I have to do today, but it's Father's Day, so I'm going out for dinner later. We're running on a little bit of a tight schedule, so we need to be productive.
And to think that for you I would've put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought. That's what they taught. Yeah, I'ma take my chance till I drop. You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about growing older. Done my thinking, me and you. Guess it's over. It was a rainbow, but was sinking. Lost my hue. I might come running back when our hearts get back on track. When the stars line up, that's that. I've been attached, just looking out. We move so fast, was moving south. My secret sauce, flew in and out. Miss how you gloss that pretty mouth.
I typically don't work out on the weekends, but I just felt like getting a little movement in. We're just gonna walk on the treadmill, nothing crazy. I've already talked a little bit about what my workouts are like, so if you wanna hear more about that, definitely check out last week's glow up vlog.
You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you.
Gloss that, love it when you toss it back, love it when you talk back. Girl, you get me off track, so off-white tracksuit, just so I can floss, yeah. With my new biddy, she ain't let my off yet. Could've been you, still feeling on my ditty, but you lost that. You had real privileges for this, all snap. Now you getting time out, cause you hit it where my heart's at. Got me going deeper.
We all know it wouldn't be a reset if we didn't talk about goals, and I feel like summer is one of the best time to work on your goals because you have all this unlimited time. The days are longer, so it's really important that you make the most of them. Make sure you share your goals in the comments, at least 1 or 2, because we always try to work on our goals together. That's why I like making these videos. I'm working on my goals, you're working on your goals, and we're both in this journey together. So make sure you share what goals you're working towards this summer. I just quickly jotted them down in my bullet journal. Look at how cute this page is. I just made it yesterday and I was just kind of playing around. I was just kind of having fun. I took this napkin from this really hot restaurant in Vancouver and I ripped it up because I really wanted to keep this cute little lettering. It says call me right here. Then I took the menu from the same restaurant and like cut this part out. This is from like a makeup palette, some vintage stickers. Then I just wrote down my goals. This is literally romanticizing your life. Anyways, now it's time for me to share my summer goals with you. So grab a pen if you need some inspo. I want to be my happiest and most optimistic self this summer. I feel like I haven't been my most positive self lately. So I'm really trying to get back into that. And the habit I'm using to track this is going to be through activations. I've talked about them so many times before, so I won't get into it in this video, but I love doing activations every morning and every night. My next goal is to become a viral short form addictive content creator. As you guys know, I'm a full-time content creator and most of the money I make is through short form content on Instagram and TikTok. I'm really trying to take my social media to the next level and set myself up for a financially stable future. My next goal is to be consistent on YouTube and I'm hoping in July I'll be back on my regular posting schedule. I'm also potentially thinking about starting a second YouTube channel, which sounds so crazy because I have definitely taken a little break here and have struggled with consistency over the years. And there's a lot of reasons for that I won't get into in this video, but that is definitely on the list of a project I want to explore this summer. Honestly, I feel like my goals haven't really changed much throughout the year because I just want to get really good and consistent at the habits I'm working on. And I'm really trying to show up as the person I want to be. So I feel like month to month, my goals really don't change that much. But anyways, last goal that I'm going to be focusing on this summer is just my healthy habits and fitness routine. That means working out 5 days a week, trying to get as many walks in as I can, drinking 64 ounces of water a day, eating mindfully, trying to focus on higher protein and higher fiber meals, trying not to eat too much sugar, even though I have the biggest sweet tooth, and also try not to drink too much just because I don't really like to have alcohol multiple days in the week, and stretching, trying to maintain my flexibility. And these are all the things I want to be working on this summer. This is just kind of representative of the person I want to be and when I'm my happiest. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself because honestly, I just feel like I've been in a rut pretty much all spring, but I feel like I'm kind of coming out of it. I feel like I've got a lot going on in my life now and it's really just making me so much happier. So if you struggle with your goals or motivation this year, just let it be a sign that that is normal. You're always going to go through periods where you're more inspired and periods when you're not. Don't overthink it. Just go with the flow. And when you're ready to come back to your goals and work on them and really put in the effort to achieve them and start creating that dream life, you will be ready. Exposing how to make your summer look like your Pinterest board. We have 5 categories: summer core, just girly things, 2000s pop culture, girls night in, and girls night out. We have over 100 items. I'm your host, Keyena Claire. Let's have the best summer ever. Starting off with classic summer vibes, summer core. You can make bikini boxes, do a beach tour and visit all the beaches in your city, obviously watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, have a backyard barbecue, visit a local amusement park, go to the farmer's market, or hit a drive-in movie. In Vancouver, we have movies in the park at Stanley Park. I'm overdue for a summer party, so I know I'll be having one. Watch the sunrise or watch the sunset if you're not really a morning girly. Collect seashells, visit the night market, have a boat day, try an escape room, go to a local outdoor pool, go to a sports game, think football, baseball, all your summer sports. Check out your public library, become a runner, play beach volleyball, try out some spin classes, visit a sauna or a hot and cold spa. You could get tennis lessons, go bike riding. For my Vancouver girlies, I like to bike the seawall at Stanley Park. You could go to mini golf or pitch and putt, set up a slip and slide. You could swim in a lake, go on at least one hike. I've always wanted to stargaze, go to a water park or have a picnic. Berry picking, Kraus Berry Farms is so great if you live in the Lower Mainland. You could go to a trampoline park. You could hit the aquarium or the botanical garden. You could visit the zoo or the art gallery. You could have a drawing contest with chalk. You're obviously gonna want to try as many ice cream shops as you can. Try a new coffee shop or many. Go bowling. You have to get slushies at least once this summer. I won't be doing this, but you could definitely go camping. You could do a thrift store crawl. Make sure you're following my TikTok because I'm about to expose the best thrift stores in Vancouver. You could go to laser tag. Moving on to a category that is for the girls, just girly things. You could give your bedroom a makeover. Try the Guava Girl makeup. Find your signature scent. Mine is Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. Have a shopping spree. Make charm bracelets or lip gloss charms. You could go to puppy yoga. If you haven't already, you could create a skincare routine. You can organize your drawers. You can check out my Amazon storefront for all my organization essentials. You could do a bakery crawl, aka trying all the best bakeries in your city. You could declutter your closet or bedazzle accessories. Have a DIY spa day. Try a new Pilates class. I don't know about you, but I'll be making a summer playlist. Moving on to the most iconic theme, 2000s pop culture. You could have a 2000s movie marathon, see a Broadway or theater show. You could learn all the trendy TikTok dances, have a Barbie movie marathon. And no, I don't mean the one that just came out, the OG Barbie movies. You could take acting classes. You could try becoming a content creator, make sure you're following my Instagram because I'm posting all my content creator tips there. You could start a podcast, you could take dance classes, you could write a story, or even start a personal blog. For the days you want to save money, this is Girls Night In. You can host an at-home cafe, you can have a water fight, bonus points if you bring water balloons, you can make margaritas, have a bestie sleepover, you can host a dinner party. I love to do that every summer. Make sangria, you could do smash plates. It's personally not summer to me if you don't make homemade ice cream at least once. Have a board game night, make homemade jam, start a summer journal, have an at-home photo shoot, make homemade lemonade or iced tea. You could start a herb garden or a garden like me and my dad. You could paint mugs or candles or seashells, light sparklers. You should always try to read as many books as you can. Make a fruit salad. You could take a class during the summer. You can upgrade your morning routine or your night routine. You can try at-home workouts. They're personally my favorite. And for the nights you want to make the best memories, here is Girls Night Out. I'm dying to do this in Vancouver, but a speakeasy scavenger hunt. You can hit an arcade. I still haven't hit Rec Room in Vancouver. Try a new restaurant. I know I want to try June on Cambie, Lucia, and Gigi. These are some popular new restaurants in Vancouver. You could go on a winery tour or go to a jazz club. You can go to a concert. I can't believe it, but I get to go to Tate McRae this summer. You can hit a salsa night. You can go to karaoke. You have to do a club night crawl at least once in the summer. You can check out your local breweries. And last but not least, you can attend a music festival. That was 100 ideas for how you can turn your summer into your Pinterest board. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's video, which is going to be all about post-grad and life in your 20s. And I will see you guys in the next one.